Okay, you're welcome back. He's been, he's been on the television in Russia, in Australia, in China. He didn't mention Nigeria. He's in he's here. He's on channels. He's on everywhere you can think of. He's the superstar, and then he didn't ask for it. You understand? He didn't ask for it. We'll keep on talking about him throughout this show and next show. And then when he becomes 100 in 11 days' time, we're going to do all that and come there and show it. And then we hope that you guys at home are also doing well. Let's just say, he's talking about the effect of sports, because, of course, that is where they earn. That is where the money comes from. If you don't work, you don't earn. And the same thing with sportsmen. But let's say the president of America, Donald Trump, he's one of those persons who is very optimistic. He's one of the persons who's thinking about what to go, when football is going to come back, when sport is going to come back. Let's listen to him. Okay? The tape is not ready, but we can take, that is, I thought that was the silent visuals coming out from that particular one. But then let's go back and see if we can get what let's start from home. Charity begins at home anyway, because the Minister of Sports, the ministers, they met with the the Nigerian Football Association, and they said, league, every league has what is going to shut down when I'm going to start, and they are going to end. People are saying, hand it over to Liverpool. When it comes to England, after winning for 30 years, they hand it over to Liverpool, or don't hand it over to whatever. But in Nigeria, they came out with a statement, and see if we can get that particular statement on, what the next stage, the next step they are supposed to take by the Nigerian Football Federation, because, I've met with the Minister of Sports. The league management company tweeted this and gave us their insights. Let us see what they're saying, that the season is now to be concluded, within, NFF.
The season is now to be concluded within 6 to 8 weeks of the reopening of the country, once a clear go-ahead is issued by the relevant authorities to commence football activities. Discussions also focused on the possible timeline to start a new season, possible new format for restarting the league, and options for crowning the champions and ensuring players, coaches, and officials of club wages are protected. All parties also agreed that league must be protected to ensure its commercial viability is sustained and competition integrity upheld, both in the current circumstances and post-COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, and so he's saying that, if they restart, within, it can be concluded between 6 to 8. I think they still have...
You see, for me, yes, yeah. The Nigerian league, before, we don't have a certain commencement time and an end time. We saw what happened, last season, and even this season. No disrespect to anybody, but I think this is a time for us, if we really want to play this game, if we really want to play the professional league the way it's supposed to be done, let's use this period to put everything, to reorganize and put our house in order. You see clubs owing players even prior to the pandemic. We saw what Yobe Desert did.
Yes, 75%
of
player salary
without consultation, without anything. We saw what's happening in Senna Climb. Arsenal, they had to sit down with players to agree on a 12.5% pay cut. The Premier League actually wanted to do a blanket thing, but they said no. Every club should go and sort it out with their players. We saw what the likes of Barcelona did. We saw that, yes, club followed some of their employees so that at least government could take care of 80% of their pay. But you see, back to the Nigerian thing, we've seen it in years past where we would quickly organize like a Super 6 or Super 4 to decide who the champions will be. So for me, I would say, has this pandemic affected the league negatively? I would say no. I would say no, because yes, we've not done it the proper way before. It's a good time for us to put our house in order and do the properly.
Put the foundation in place.
Well,
anyway, you were laughing.
I was laughing because when it comes to pay cut, it was Arsenal you used as an example. I mean, there are other teams that had pay cuts too, so I don't know why you used Arsenal as an example. I don't know. I mean,
it's a plus for them.
It's a plus because
now they've not made it like a performance base. If they're able to qualify for the Champions League, they will get their full salary.
Yeah.
And if they make it to the Champions League of Nations, they stand to benefit over 500,000 pounds.
But what you just said was very true, and I totally agree with you. I mean, there wasn't a pandemic last year. Is it last year or 2 years ago? And we had an abridged. Now we don't want to abridge it when there's a pandemic, and it's very funny.
2018, they all went to the World Cup, and then we don't declare the winner.
It's very funny when you have to say you're going to compete. I don't know. I don't know how many matches left to play in the league.
I think about 11, 13.
11 matches, 12, 13 matches. You have 6 to 8 weeks. And then you have some teams in Uyo and some teams in Kano. And most of the time they travel by road. So the logistics there, don't know, except they're going to make it like you said, a Super 6. They can make it like a format of a competition level, knockout beats, FA Cup kind of thing.
Yeah.
It really does not make a lot of sense. I think in Nigerian league, either we just shut down or we just carry the coin and we just toss and say it's a bridged league and this is the winner.
Actually, there was a year the league was won through the toss of the coin. I
think it was in the rules when every parameters are the same.
Exactly, because then I think they play and then the four teams come together.
Okay.
I think it was Rangers, Shooting Stars, Water Corporation, and maybe Super Stars.
Okay.
And then Stars were playing in the Copenhagen Cup final against I think Tone Kalara of Yaoundé in Cameroon. So on the final day, Rangers and Stars have the same number of points. The same goal difference, the same goals for, the same everything. And then I think Rangers, one of the teams, Rangers need to travel. So there was no way they could do it. So it was decided on the toss of the coin. And the Nigerian league was won. It was won by Rangers through a toss of the coin against Superstars.
So we have precedents there.
So
there you are.
So it has happened before.
We have precedents.
They couldn't try. I think it's other Rangers, but I know it was between Stars and Rangers at that particular time in the finals, and then that one couldn't happen. So let's see. So that is LMC saying, this is what is going to happen. They tweeted that they have the ministry, they have them, but then they were silent on who is there. I'm being told that we can go straight to London because we have Adeola, right there on set. Hello, Oba, how are you?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are live and clear. You're very clear. How is it like now in London? How are you looking from your window, or are you going outside, or you are indoors like we are?
First of all, thanks very much for having me, Ken, and good afternoon, our wonderful channel's viewers. Well, at the moment, it's quite sunny. We've been advised to stay at home by the government, and we are adhering to that strictly. I've been at home since the 16th of March and literally been working from home. So it's fine. It's all good. The various departmental or grocery stores they are around me. So it's something that you can just take a walk and get whatever you need whenever you need them. And whenever I'm bored or I feel to get a stretch, I take a long walk. I live in a very quiet area. So I think apart from the pandemic, I'm enjoying the mini break, if I may put it that way. It's all good.
It's all good. Okay, let's look. The DPL teams, clubs, they met, and then trying to take some decisions. What is your understanding of what the discussions or their conclusions is all about?
Right. At the moment, I'm sure you know that the pandemic has practically shut down everything across the globe. And that includes the English Premier League. As you probably know, the English Premier League is one of the greatest exports from England in the last 15 to 20 years or so. And the English Premier League is one of the main source of the TV money is one of the main source of revenue for the English Premier League. As you probably know, there in Nigeria, there's a satellite digital TV station that have the right to show the English Premier League. They pay huge money for that to be viewed to for viewers to be able to watch the English Premier League, and that is one of the major things that is under threat as a result of the pandemic. They've been having a series of meetings the last few weeks or so, and I think they're scheduled to have another meeting probably sometime at the end of the month to know the next way forward. Obviously, they ain't going to make any decision until they won't do anything without the advice of the government. Okay. But while I understand where the English Premier League is at the moment and why we understand that we have to stay at home in order to keep safe, it's also very important to see the economic implications of what the pandemic has cost the English Premier League at the moment. And if the games, there are practically about 94 games to go. I think some clubs have 9 games, while some clubs have about 10 games to go. If those games are not played, there's a chance that a huge sum of money could be lost in the process, and we're talking about in tune of about a billion pounds, and that makes a huge difference. As you probably know, some football clubs are already taking advantage of the government furlough payments, where they pay 80% of. Yeah. And it's not just football clubs alone. Practically organizations that have been grounded as a result of the pandemic. Where I am at the moment, I'm not grounded because I can work from home, but there are some organizations that cannot work from home. So which like maybe sports shops, restaurants and everything. And as you know, you cannot play football from home. Yeah. You have to go on the to play. So as a result, some clubs are taking advantage of the furlough leave.
Let me take you on that follow, because I mean initially some big clubs like Tottenham, Liverpool said they were going to follow their staff. But I think it was Man City, when Man City said, I am not going to do that, and maybe that was when they changed. I mean, how do you think it sounded, for supporters of Liverpool when initially they said they are going to follow, take advantage of this government assistance to pay their staff in full?
Well, personally, and I'm speaking from a personal point of view now, I don't think there's anything wrong in football clubs taking advantage of the furlough leave. I think people are looking at the perspective of the fact that football clubs pay huge sum of money to their football players. Yeah. But bear in mind, there's some non-playing staff. The chef that manages the club canteen, the person that manages the store, the shops, and all the other non-playing staffs, they are just like any normal working class person. So, and I think Liverpool, like any other organization, they are just like any other organization as well too. So I personally don't see anything wrong. You cannot compare Liverpool or Tottenham to Manchester City. Manchester City have a huge war chest coming from the Gulf. So a team that a few years back was languishing in the top tier of the league, and Liverpool and Tottenham that have been in the Premiership from beginning. Okay, let's leave that. I understand what you're saying, that right now the very rich, and that's what we're talking about, the next big thing that we're talking about here. What is happening at Newcastle? I mean, Mike Ashley the man is saying, what? How much is it going for? Is it quitting? Well, like most Newcastle fans, as you probably know, I'm a huge Newcastle fan.
I know.
And we've had good days in the 90s under Kevin Keegan. We've had the opportunity of playing the Champions League, and in early 2000 under Sir Bobby Robson. And I mean, it's not all criticism to Mike Ashley. He took over the club at the time. The club was experiencing huge financial difficulty. Sir Freddie Shepherd sold his shares to him, and we thought, well, he's a billionaire, probably someone to take the club forward. But as time began to unfold, realized that he wanted to run Newcastle United just the way he runs his Sports Direct sportswear shops, a chain of shops that is got across United Kingdom. And he felt that he could make money from the club. But I think he soon realized that having a football club and having a business is two different ball games entirely. You can't run your business the way you run a football club. But in order for you to get the maximum benefits or the financial return of a football club, you have to invest. And he wasn't really ready to do that. I'm sure you know we've been in the situation whereby the club has been put on sale for about 2 to 3 years now. Initially, Amanda Sterling came on, but she came short of the required money being asked for. Then we had Peter Kenyon, the former Manchester United CEO, from Manchester United and Chelsea CEO.
And Chelsea, yes.
And he came a bit short. And sometime last year in May, there was the rumors of someone from Qatar, the BZG group, and of course, nothing came out of it. So this time around in January, when we heard about rumors of a purported takeover, it was a case of, here we go again, we've been here before. And nobody really believed it until the last few weeks. And it began to, when certain documents from the company house began to show up, to show that there's been real intention. From what I gathered, from what I know, the takeover is almost certain to happen. At this stage, they've the necessary people ready to take over have put in like a 5% deposit of the asking price, and it's going to be a cash price. It's not exactly 300 million, but something close. And I think the pandemic played a part in Mike Ashley dropping his value. And so at the moment, from what I know, they are at the Premier League stage where they check the directors. It's a financial test that all directors have to go through.
Okay, Oba, just briefly, just one word. Is it going to be a good buy for the new investors? Is Newcastle a good buy? Briefly, just one word.
Definitely, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan. I'm saying it because of the potential the club has, and I'm going to highlight the potential I'm talking about. First and foremost, unlike most London clubs, there are about 12 football clubs in London City. So which means the supporters, the 12 football clubs are jostling for supporters in London. In Manchester, there are 2 main football clubs. In Birmingham, there's Aston Villa, there's Birmingham, and Birmingham City. In Liverpool, there's Everton and there's Liverpool. In Sheffield, there's Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. But in Newcastle, there's only Newcastle. Just one club. So when you enter into Newcastle City, the club is right in the center of the city. It's a monument. The club is a tourist attraction. So you can't talk about the city of Newcastle without talking about the Newcastle Football Club itself. It's got a huge stadium, huge and passionate fan base, yeah. And the city itself is very, very beautiful. So it's one of those clubs that has been known as one of the sleeping giants over the last few years. And I can tell you, it's definitely huge investment it's a very good investment for the newcomers. And I can tell you, I believe we'll be right back where we truly belong, even though most fans do not see us as a big club. But I think we've got.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Oba. We hope to see you guys when you now make your money the way Manchester City is making their money. So maybe you can now rub shoulders with the big boys. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Okay. That is where we're talking about clubs here.
Absolutely. Somebody cashing in during the period of pandemic. Mark Ashley has actually kept it at £350 million for a long time. Now he's dropping the price. The Saudi prince is taking it over. Let's hope that the deal sees the light of day. From where we're airing, is almost as good as done.
I think Newcastle has never had less than 95% attendance in any season.
It's a big club.
It's a big club. I mean, that is
absolutely, with rich history.
Because he said in London that 12 clubs just for the fans.
No, I can see that Eddie didn't like that part.
but that is, we're talking about clubs that are viable, players collecting their salaries, and you talked about, you said it here,
the English Premier League is viable. Like he said, that's the biggest export of from England to the world.
Yeah.
We know the way our people here passionately follows the English Premier League. And he has been an Arsenal supporter for God knows how long.
Yeah. I also need to look at him in support.
Not the problem. So the kind of revenue from the English Premier League, you know that yes, once you make the right decision, the right investment,
through the right club,
you will get it. Where was Chelsea before Roman Abramovich? They've not won anything in
that brings me to just talking about that is you look at where the investment is coming from. It's outside money coming into
Absolutely.
So you can say that the biggest investment, that's why some clubs like Liverpool can always be very proud because they have a fan base, and one of the clubs in Manchester too. I don't really know which of them. So they have a fan base that can sustain the club. They don't really need to get outside money. But outside money, you can see that's what has made the Premiership so global and has made it so financially viable.
When you put your house in order, you will attract the right investment.
We build our own brand. Like talking about football now, I'm not talking about going to other areas. Football has been our number one sports here in this country for some time. And then how do we? Is it not possible for us to build that so that from foreign players at a point foreign players?
See, I wouldn't even want to use the one of foreign players because I wanted to go into the investment part. Because foreign players, we are coming to the Nigeria League. We had lots of top Ghanaian players. We had some Brazilians coming here.
Lotus Brown,
Edward Ansah, one of the best keepers.
One of the best
goalkeepers. And so we had foreign players coming to Nigeria. But you can see that when people complain about finance, we do have money, we do have people with means that can invest in our football, but we have to put our package in order. We have sometimes maybe the richest person in Africa trying to carry money from here and going to support a very good club in London. That's a very, very good and viable club in London. Yes. It will be good investment anyway for him.
It will be good investment.
For our league, there has been no accountability. 80% of the club are government owned. And they believe, yes, it's government money. They don't have to give account of whatever happens. Government pumps in money. They sell players, no in and out. When was the last time any club was audited? So even for the local investors, they are not even confident of putting money in our league because they know they are not getting the right value.
Okay. Any is also, apart from being the best we can have, apart from being an Olympic gold medalist, he's also a fitness expert. And then a certified one for that matter. And 2 weeks back, we reached out to him and tell us exactly how we can keep fit during this time. But before we come to any, let's see how the governor of Kogi State, let us see how he is keeping fit. Let us see if we can get that, and probably from there, any can give us some tips on how to go about the fitness.
I will not get enough videos.
What is this thing?
An upright stationary bike.
Okay.
I don't know how long he's gone there for. Okay. It's a cardio machine, and he has now changed to his cross trainer or elliptical. These are home equipment. He probably has this in his house. I wouldn't have put him on both of them at the same time because he would have really done one for the warm-up, then go and do some more physical and strength exercises. But this is very good for his heart. The governor of Kogi State is a young man, so he can be more strenuous. The coach, the trainer should actually put him on something more strenuous and let us see some sweat break up from his... let's see something break up, some sweat.
Yeah.
But he's doing this as simple as it is, it's very good and to keep him healthy, to keep his heart working, and to also keep him free from underlying diseases that can come. And now he's doing the press-ups, the push-ups. Now this is very good. This is very, this is what I recommend most of the time when you're doing strength exercises. Push-ups and the squats are two of the major exercises you must do. I don't know if that is his trainer. That person needs to do some exercise too.
Okay. All right, we'll go on a break. We want to go on a break. When we come back, we shall open the lines. And Channel Sport on Sunday continues.